run my finger through like one, and all of a sudden it'll just come off. And I'm like, oh, okay,
Yeah,
where's
I
my trash?
think I have nail clippers like right here somewhere. Anyways, hey everybody, it's Johnny with Lazy Goblins.
And I'm Cody.
We thought we'd start it off
And
with a
we're talking about
regular,
nails.
yeah, you know, day in the life of how things work.
Yeah,
What
for
what
sure.
what we really talk about behind the scenes has nothing to do with game stuff. Just our nails.
Yeah, how do they look? Look good? Not
Happy
bad.
freaking Monday to everyone. I hope everyone had a
Happy
great weekend.
Monday. Yes.
Do you know what's great about Monday is for a lot of us, they only have 4 days left in the week to work. So that's
Yeah,
good.
that was good. That
Well, I
was
mean, I
good.
don't. I work all day, almost all the time, except when I'm playing games.
Yeah,
Um,
I work
that's
all
just
the time.
personal.
So,
Yeah,
no
Cody's
biggie.
always working, except when he's not.
Which is never. No, I'm
How's
just
everyone
kidding.
doing? How are you guys doing? How are you, Cody? Are you doing good?
I'm doing great now.
Other than our nails,
Yeah.
I'm all bothered by my nails. Got a big one. Anyways, yeah. So that's good. You're doing good.
Yeah. How
Tax
are you?
season. That's exciting. You got that coming up.
Don't even bring that up.
Okay.
Let's not talk about that.
I only brought it up in case anybody else was like, "Oh man, that's what I'm worried about too," because I'm also freelance.
I'm
Uh,
super worried about it, but I got a plan. Like this one, it'll hurt and sting a bit, but the next one's coming. I'll be good.
Because see, and that's the thing too. Because I'm looking into getting into freelance because I want out of my job. So it's nice to have kind of like somebody to talk to about it. But we're gonna digress
Yeah.
and talk about that later. Today we just want to catch up and say hi. I only brought up tax season to scare everyone. I can't believe it's already almost February. Like holy Toledo, it's going by so fast. I don't.
No, it's not. It's going by super slow. What
Is it really?
are you talking about?
I feel
Yeah.
like it's already almost February. Like what have I done all January? Nothing.
Wow. Someone hasn't done anything.
I haven't done anything. I worked on the game. I started, so I spent a couple days working on it. A couple hours here and there, and I hated it. So I did some more research, and now I'm happy with the new stuff I found.
That's good.
So that's exciting. Um,
That is super exciting.
yeah, because you can't hate what you're doing.
No, you
Yes, you
can't.
can. Yes. Oh no, you can't.
I mean, you can. You're allowed to, but
Yeah.
it's best if you don't.
Right. You should try not to.
Yeah.
Um, sometimes I just Anyways, but yeah, so that's pretty much it. What else? Did I do anything fun?
Oh, rest in peace, Kobe Bryant and his daughter and everybody else involved in the helicopter crash.
Yeah, that's really
That
awful.
was super crazy.
That's crazy. That
Super.
that's surprise. Like you helicopters, you don't like. I guess sometimes they're just really unsafe because the way they work.
Well,
But
like he's been taking a private helicopter to and from stuff for like all his most of his career, I guess.
really, wow.
Yeah. So like it's just like a freak accident or something.
Yeah, well, I love helicopters. One of my things I always want to do, like on my bucket list, is like I want to take a helicopter from like a rooftop building, just because it seems so badass. But like I guess they're really, they can be dangerous, like heavy winds and stuff like that, which you don't think about.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm just sorry for that. That's really sad. His
Yeah,
daughter, how
very
old was
sad.
his daughter? 16,
Like
14?
13.
Something like that. Yeah.
13.
I always go backwards in numbers, 16, 14 anyways, but yeah.
And he was only 41.
That just goes to show you, man, it can happen anytime.
Yeah.
Anytime. Katie was just saying that somewhere in Boston, over the weekend, like last weekend, someone was just walking and they were doing some work. And you know those cranes they have that pick up stuff in the cities and stuff and drop stuff off?
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't secure well enough and fell. Fell on the person walking. Gone.
Oh God.
Isn't that crazy? Just the craziest stuff happens in our lives. So, which is why it's really important to just take moments and just enjoy them for whatever it is. Like today, I took today off with, the wife and I. She wasn't feeling very well anyway, and I wasn't feeling very well. So we're like, you know what? Let's just enjoy the time together because it's more important taking care of ourselves and enjoying some time together than
Yep.
forcing to go to
That's
work.
true.
Because I could have gone to work, But it just, we would have not felt well or done well, because she wasn't doing
Yeah.
very well. She's been having like this weird allergic reaction that we don't know what's going on with. We have a doctor's appointment Friday, but she was having a breakout last night in the middle of the night. So it's kind of crazy. But,
Sucks.
so we're like, let's just relax and rest.
Yeah, just chill.
So I don't know how to go on now from that to something positive, but we have some positive news that we'd like to talk about. And I know you're all thinking, oh, the game's out. No. We'll tell you
Not
when.
yet.
You'll know when.
You'll know.
But we're believing that we are gonna do it. Not next weekend. This coming weekend's the Super Bowl, right?
Yeah.
So the following
This
weekend.
coming weekend is the Super Bowl. The
So we're not
next weekend after that,
next weekend.
we're gonna take the whole weekend and do like a jam on it. We're gonna Jimmy Jam all out on it.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we're gonna our goal is to ship it out that weekend.
Yeah. If
Now it
not,
won't be it won't be available like that Sunday or whatever just because of review times it takes, but we'll have it sent to review, and that way all we have to do is wait on that.
yep.
So
So hopefully it'll be up by Monday. But question: so are we gonna do it? Is it gonna happen on both Apple and Android at the same? Are we releasing on both platforms at the same time?
yeah, we're gonna just try to do that.
Nice. So that's really exciting.
So most of my Sunday for the jam will probably be figuring out Apple and getting all that done. Because Google's pretty easy and straightforward. I've never released I've made stuff for Apple and iOS, but I've never fully gone through the process of releasing it on like an account and all that stuff. So,
And that's one of the big things that we're excited for. I mean, we're actually finally going to release
yeah.
a game on both platforms.
And it will come out simultaneously, which is nice. Our initial plan was to do it on Google first, with the first world done, and then release it on iOS after. But now it'll just be out to both. So
Yep. So I have, we will have 3 worlds done by then. That should be 150 levels is the goal.
hmm
50 levels per world. So what we're going to do is going to do all that, and then what I'm going to do. So my deadline is I want to have this new world done and in before the jam, so we don't have to worry about doing any of that on the jam. Possibly start a little bit of tweaking, and because plus we're gonna have some new hazards in this one, so we're gonna have to make sure those are working, and I want to have all that stuff working before the jam, so that way when we get in there, it's just go and make levels and get it going and getting it working and play testing.
yeah,
Instead of like, okay, cool, now we can work on stuff. So then what I want to do is after the game's released on both platforms, and now we have all those levels in there, I will go back and make characters. I make another set of 10 characters or so, and then we can do an update, and we'll have new characters as well. And then we'll
yep.
see what happens from there. We're not 100%. Oh, I'm going to finish one world. I already started a different world, and then I pulled from that to do a couple other things on the game. But I will finish that world, which will give us 200 levels and another 5 characters, and then we'll see what happens from there. Kind of depends on the, push for more or what they want, whatever. We'll see where it goes.
Yeah.
We don't really have, I don't think we have, we are going to do some advertisement. We've talked about, on Facebook, stuff like that, where people could post ads, things like that. So we'll do some stuff like that. But other than that, that's pretty much most of the marketing we'll do. Facebook, maybe, I think Twitter has something like that now, too. Because I've been seeing some stuff on Twitter.
Instagram.
Stuff like that. I don't know if you guys know this. Did we talk about this last time? How much the mobile device industry has boomed last year? Did we talk about that?
I don't think so.
No. So last year alone, so I guess they did studies, the average person is now spending 3 to 4 hours on their phone a day. Sales have gone up 47% from the from last year. So like people are on their phones, playing games, buying apps, doing stuff. So it's looking really good. So it just gives us a good platform to start off on and see where it goes from there.
Yeah, and I think the plan Johnny was wanting, and I'm behind it, is we're gonna come out with like 2 other mobile games,
Two other.
and then we'll work on a bigger game after that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So the thing after this one is we'll do another game, but that one's only going to take 3 to 4 months. It's a little bit smaller scope that I have an idea for. There is a big portion of it that I would love to be bigger, but I working with Cody as long as I've worked, I know that it's going to be kind of like we're not sure about it. But we'll do that game, and then we'll do one more mobile game, and that's mostly just to kind of build up a name for ourselves. If we can get some revenue behind it, that'd be nice. But mostly build up a name. People see, oh, they did another game. Oh, cool, they did another game. So that way, basically, by the end of the year, we can have 3 mobile games going forward with another game. And depending on how well we do with the mobile games, you know, we may end up doing like, okay, we want to get our name out there again. Maybe we'll throw another one out there, depending on if we had a quick idea or something fun. But we'll be mostly in the production for producing a new, bigger game that will go
And
on computer or something.
in the mobile games, like it's hopefully, to get our name out there and stuff, but it's also to show that we've released stuff and to have games, behind our name. And then that way, if we, for the bigger game, if we want to approach Nintendo and try to get a dev kit or something, we have stuff to back it up rather than us submitting something and they're like, well, what have you done?
Exactly.
So it'll help with that too.
Yeah, it's basically building our portfolio of what we've done and accomplished.
And then if any big companies want to come out and be like, hey, can you make our game for $10 million? We'll be like, yeah.
Then I'll be like, probably like 14 million.
Yeah, Johnny will do all the negotiation.
Yeah.
So I'll just sit there and bite my lip, trying not to say, I agree. Let's do it.
Yeah.
I'll be in the background like, and then Johnny will say a higher number.
Cody's gonna keep sliding me stuff. Yeah, I'm always a higher number.
We'll do like good cop, bad cop. I'll be like, that sounds great. And Johnny will be like, excuse me? Do you really think we're worth that much? Yeah. Just that much?
Yeah. Do you know who we are? Did you wake us up? Did you rub my lamp? Oh, wait. Wrong. But yeah, that's really what it's all about, is growing. And one of the things, so I've learned over the last couple of weeks is I used to look at this more of like, I want to get this done and get into the game industry and start making games for a living and leave everything else behind career-wise that I'm working on now that I don't want to be doing. But that's not really realistic. So what I kind of started figuring is like, well, you really just have to have more like a 3 to 5 year plan. Now I want to start doing stuff at home and working as much as I can at home and doing this. So that means I need to work on me, and that's another thing. This is giving me a portfolio of my art because I'm mostly focusing now on art and being a creative director and like coming up with the process, getting all their stuff together, organizing things. Like our next game, I think I'm actually going to put together documentation. I want to start building up that kind of resume. So that way, if a studio does like what we do or like our concepts or whatever else, it's like, hey, I'm interested in doing this, then I could be more, prepared and ready to go and be like, well, here you go. I have all this information right here. And a lot of times, some of the studios, what they'll do is, like, for example, they could hire me as a contractor to come do a game. Like, if I pitched a game to someone, they could be like, oh, we love that. Come do it. And then you do it. Once the game's done, your contract's done, and you're normally back on your own. So it wouldn't affect Lazy Goblins at all. But I really do want to work at a studio at some point just to say I've done it in the sense of, like, I know what it's about. Because I think there's a lot of shit I don't know.
Well, it's also good because, like, like one, like you just said, it's stuff you don't know. But it's also like, you learn from it, you get the experience from it. Um, and not only that, but we can take, some stuff that they did there and apply it to our, like the way we work and stuff within us. So
Exactly. And
yeah,
if anything, it's just gonna make us better.
it's just a good experience overall.
Yeah. So I'd love to do that, or like, you know, help with a project, but consult or something. But mostly, it's like I was also contemplating, like, I'm like, I really want to do this whole creative director thing. I want to be more of the creative side and be involved with that stuff. So I was thinking about going back to school for it, and I was like, oh, I have to go to school and get a degree or something to show proof. But then I started thinking, I'm like, no, you don't. I
Mm-mm.
have a degree saying I know the basics of game design. I know what game design is. I know how it works. I get the principles. All I have to do
Yeah.
now is prove myself. And that's kind of what this is all about. Working hard on these
Yeah.
projects, putting 100% in. Maybe I don't work 100%. Sometimes I'm a little lazy, hence the name. Um, but like I just want to do as much as I can and make it look good and give it good quality, and then that way it shows, and then over time I get better and better and better, and then maybe I can easily step into a role like that. So, and I'm only saying that because like I know a lot of us think that, oh, I have to get a degree or have to do that, and I think
You don't have to.
my personal belief is I feel like a degree is a great foundation, right? You get a college degree in whatever it is you want because it just gives you a lot of base knowledge. Then
Yeah.
you work on what it is, that specific things that you really love, like if it's art or rigging, whatever it
I would
is,
say,
and that's all you need.
I would say if you are looking to get a degree in a field, do a lot of research
So,
and explore your options. Um, for sure, because like you don't want to go into crazy amount of debt if you're like local community college, has some classes for it and has that because I've seen the one by us right now. I've been seeing animation, like they have a whole animation section now.
oh wow,
So that would probably be like if you see that, that might be a good route to take so you don't go into too much debt, but you still have the foundation and the schooling for it as well and have something to show at the end. So definitely explore your options before you fully, just find a school and like, yeah, I'm gonna go there.
yeah, and that's the thing too is you want to like Cody said, you want to do a ton of research, but you also want to do research, personal research. You want to know what it is you
Mhm.
really want inside,
Yeah,
because
that's a
I'll
good
tell
one.
you what, day one you need to be ready to go. You don't want to be there like, I think I kind of want to do this, or this would kind of be fun. I like playing games. Just do personal research. If you love drawing, if it's happy to you, if you love programming, if you love mathematics, rigging, whatever it is, then just okay, cool. That's what I'm going to focus on. Because I'll tell you, Cody and I can both attest to a good friend of ours who, well, I mean, I consider him a really awesome friend. I mean, I don't talk to him that often, but like he's someone that came in and worked every day, and he worked hard at his craft and perfected his craft when all of us were doing other things, going home or whatever. He would stay at school late and work and work and work, and now he's a creative character designer person, character person at EA, where a lot of us other people are struggling to try to just keep in the field. So, and that just shows you he knew what he wanted to do, and the improvements he made, because I've seen his work from day, what year one or whatever to graduation, crazy improvement. So that's the thing. You can kind of be like, oh, I like 2D animation now, and then maybe switch to 3D animation, stuff like that. But you need to have a basic understanding of what you want to be in, so you can just
Yeah.
grind, grind, grind,
So
because
I
you
would
don't want to be
recommend.
waiting for a job at the end after 3 or 4 years, 5 years, and be like, okay, now what? Now I'll grind. That's kind of late.
So if you're like in the mindset where like, oh, I want to work on games for a living, number one thing I would recommend is join a game jam
Mm.
because you learn a whole bunch in a short amount of time, and you're more than likely either on your first one probably going to work on your own or like in a small team, like two or three. So you could kind of like designate like what you want to do, and you might touch multiple areas of it too. So you might go in thinking, oh, I like to do, programming, and then like kind of figure out that, oh, I actually like to do the, UI work or something like that. So
Yeah,
you never
UI
know.
art's huge. That's a huge thing.
So definitely touch a little bit of each field to find out what you are more leaning towards, and then just go from there.
Yeah, we'll put a link below Ludum Dare so you guys can find if you guys are interested.
Yeah, that's
They
a good
do
one.
game jams pretty often. I love doing them. I think they're one of the funnest things to do. It's like a slumber party to make games. It's like the best thing. And honestly, like
It's fun.
I think that's what's kept me going is just having fun doing stuff like that every once in a while because it's just so much fun. And then you put it out there, and that's the thing. You have that deadline, so you have to do it. Like there's no I can't get it done. You just got to get it done. And if people, that's the thing too. I don't know about you, but every one we've done, I've never felt like oh, am I? Oh, hold on. Stop recording. I didn't know I was recording and streaming. Sorry. So, every one I've done, I don't think I ever felt like people weren't rude. People weren't like mean or cruel. It's a very friendly environment to do it. People
Yeah,
have
it
positive
really is.
feedback. Even the positive feedback that's kind of negative is still positive, you know.
Because like people know it's a short time, and everybody that's a part of it has also gone through it, and they know that it's not going to be the most amazing thing out there.
Yeah.
So,
Well, the
I
thing is
mean,
too is I think people realize that it's like we're all just really having fun. I mean,
yeah,
no one has to sign up for it. It's just like a thing you're just doing out of your own free time. So
yeah. I mean, you could set aside a weekend and do your own game jam. So,
yeah, we did one that we didn't think would be great, but apparently it was really awesome. That 3D one we did with the camera, like the selfie thing, and you
yeah,
get pictures, and then the high mount. We
that
had
was funny.
we don't know
Self.
what happened. It was hilarious, but we had a great time with it. But the thing was, is like when we got done, people were like, "Wait, you guys did all this yourselves, 3D in like 48 hours? What?" Because most people do 2D, and so. But now I've noticed a lot of people are still doing 3D. Like some people do, a lot of
Yeah.
people do 3D because I think they realized, oh, it's actually kind of faster. Drawing's kind of a bitch, at least for me. I can get a lot done faster doing 3D art than I can drawing everything out,
Yeah.
personally. But yeah, so it's kind of fun, and you really get a feel, like Cody said, of what it is.
Yeah.
So it got like creepy dark in your house all of a sudden, by the way. Well, that just brightens us, the camera. But yeah, it's just crazy because when I called you, like it was light outside, everything looked
Yeah.
great, and now it's like, what is happening? Nice. Whoa. There we go. Podcast after dark. That's what we call that. That's when the true exciting tales of game design come out.
The ones you don't want to know about.
That's right. Wow, I got off topic. I don't know how we got onto that, but we're excited to do the game jam on Saturday. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Not
Not
this
this
Saturday.
Saturday.
Next Saturday.
Next Saturday. We are gonna do a little streaming live of showing you guys the game and just us up and working. Probably have some fun. I love getting snacks. That's another great thing about game jams. Is you get like soda or whatever your favorite drink is. I'll probably have tea or whatever, but
Yeah.
and then you get some snacks and you're just chewing away, listening to music, going, talking, whatever.
And then you're also like right there with each other. So
Yeah.
like the other person's gonna be there. So if you have an idea or something, then you could just quickly talk with them about it and figure it out.
Yeah. Man, maybe we'll do a small game jam after this game. Like after this game comes out and we've finished everything.
I think that'd be good.
That'd be fun. Kind of clear
Yeah.
out our minds. And then we could live stream that, us doing a game jam.
Yeah, clear our get our creative juices going.
The only thing is I'd have to maybe move the computer or so when Katie goes to bed. Because I want to, like, I like to stay up late. Like, I'll stay up till 2 or 3 and just keep going. So, that'd be fun.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
It's nice. It's nice
Hopefully, I
to.
don't get swamped with work during the weekend.
Wow. Well, you know what I do when I get swamped with work? I
But
ignore it. You just stop looking at. Just stop looking at your email.
I don't see it.
Yeah. Just close Outlook, and I'm like, oh, nothing. I'm not having nothing coming in. It's crazy.
Nothing's there. We're good.
Yeah. But yeah,
Put it in a message or something.
how are you still getting a lot of work? Have you been looking
Yeah.
into more work?
I've just been trying to just like sell stuff on the side.
Okay.
Like, just I'm gonna go through some of my stuff and try to sell it too. Like stuff I don't use or stuff like that.
Like that cool shirt you're wearing, or sweater shirt.
No, I
No. Oh.
love this thing.
Oh,
It's
got it.
amazing.
Great. Great. So, have you gotten to the point where anybody like requests you yet? Has anybody sent you an email like, "Oh, I heard that you have done that," or "Hey, I like your work"?
I have, but majority of those they don't pay good.
Oh,
So it's kind of like it's not worth the time. Like if I was just starting out, I would or like if I was just starting out and didn't have any jobs or anything like that, then sure I would probably take them for the experience and get more connections out there and stuff. But because I already work two jobs, it's kind of like either it's a good amount of money or not.
right, right. That's true.
Because that takes away from this, it takes away from possibly the other jobs that I have to do, and yeah,
Yeah. What's the
and then it
easiest
cuts
job
into
you found?
personal time.
Have you found any job where it's like, oh, we this code's not working? You go in there and you're like, oh, I can get this done in like 30 minutes, and you make like a quick $150.
That's actually funny. Yeah, that's happened a couple of times. But it's funny because like some hard things that you think are going to be hard to do, they actually end up pretty easy, and some simple things that you think are going to be simple to do actually end up pretty hard.
Oh,
It's
like
it's
every
weird.
game idea I ever had. Oh, this won't take too
Yeah,
long. Seven
yeah, it
years
won't take
later.
too. Yeah.
I wonder if that's what they said for like The Last of Us. Like, oh, I got this great game. That shouldn't take too long. Maybe two years max. 5 years later. Mario.
No simple game, no simple game that you're going to make is simple making.
Correct. Yeah,
Like it could be a super simple idea and mechanic, but it's not going to be simple to make.
that's what I was thinking about
Guarantee it.
Mario. Just look at Mario. The old Mario when it first came out. The way they had, I mean, it's super simple, but because they only had so much space on that card thing that they could use, the way they had to like lay everything out was so crazy difficult.
Yeah. Think about Flappy Bird. Like, sure, it's a simple mechanic, just tap to flap type of thing. But like to get it polished, to get all the art in there, to get it ready for the stores, to get the procedural generation going, because I'm pretty sure that once you get to like a certain level, it starts to get a lot harder. Like I've seen like level 999. It's way different from like the first 800. So it's like you have to think about that and do all of that and yeah.
Yeah, level design. I think that's the thing is like once we, because even these levels, like the first like 20, you're like, okay, cool, and then after that, you're like, okay, now what do I do? Like, how can I?
Yeah.
What do I do now?
Yeah, and it's like I could bust out a Flappy Bird like super quick, but it's the whole process of polishing it and getting it ready for release. Like the polishing part and making sure it's good and all that stuff. That's what takes the longest.
Yep.
So,
That is the truth. And that's what you don't expect. And that's all the unexpected stuff and the game design stuff that kind of gets you. And then, but that can also be discouraging, which is why we're here.
yeah,
Obviously, I haven't checked the Discord or anything in forever. Horrible.
I've
Um,
checked it here and there.
but like, we're still here. And there's a little bit of a community there. So we'll help each other out. But that's the part is like you start making a game. What you don't want to do is you don't want to stop. You want to just get that game done. because
Yeah.
you got to keep that momentum going. But yeah,
Yeah.
like once you start getting like you're like, oh, the art's cool or this is cool, and then you get into the other parts, you're like, oh, this sucks. It's gonna take forever. I want to do a new game. Well, guess what? This new game is gonna have the same thing. It's just
Yeah.
different. So just get it done.
Yeah.
Go for it. Do we have anybody in the chat or anything like that?
No.
No.
Nothing in chat.
Sweet. Are we still uploading these on Spotify and all that stuff?
Yeah, I gotta do the last one still. I'm
Okay.
just gonna do it together with this one though.
Okay, sounds good. I actually found us on Spotify. It's pretty cool.
Nice.
Lazy Goblins. All right, guys. I think that's it for Monday. We're approaching our 30-minute mark. Everything looks, everything's exciting here. We're ready for the new week. Basically, the big thing to look forward to is not this Saturday, but next Saturday. We're going to start that game jam. That's going to be a great time. And just get this thing knocked out of the park. Watch us design levels and all that stuff. And if we get all the levels done and all that, then it's going to be a lot of play testing and working on that. But basically, if everything goes well and everything's in Unity working, and we have the new hazards and stuff, that still means that we have to design 100 levels within that weekend.
Yep.
Yeah.
Not only that, but we have to make sure there's no bugs in those 150, 200 levels, and it's a lot.
Everything works process.
It's a lot.
Yep. So that's why it's going to be all done on a weekend. Yay. But it'll be worth it. So.
Yeah.
Other than that, I don't have anything else. You have anything else, buddy?
No.
No. All right, well, I guess then the only thing left to say, until next time, keep
Creating.
All right.
So good.